I'm Sammy Riggs, and this is the 11 Sessions. I'm going to play you all an unreleased original. This one's called Break the Cycle. Photo album full of memories, an all-American family, vacations in the summer, group picture by the beach. But they would fuss and fight in the kitchen over bills and dirty dishes, watching cartoons on the couch. We pretended not to listen. Mama taught us how to read the Bible. Daddy taught us how to clean a rifle. But we never had a chance at survival. We just learned to fake smile, 'cause they never showed us how to break the cycle. They never slept in the same room. It was the normal we knew. They never made plans. They never held hands. Maybe that's why we think love ain't worth a damn. Mama taught us how to read the Bible. Daddy taught us how to clean a rifle. But we never had a chance at survival. We just learned to fake smile, 'cause they never showed us how to break the cycle. Now we're old enough to know it's something that you learn on your own when you're sick of living in a broken home. Mama taught us how to read the Bible. Daddy taught us how to clean a rifle. Think we made the best of this trial. It just took a little while, 'cause they never showed us how. But we figured it out, how to break the cycle. Photo album full of memories, an all-American family. Thank you. So this is another unreleased original. This one's called Over the Limit. You know I've loved you since the day we met, but it's time I got this off of my chest. What you're throwing back ain't good for your health, and the way that you act, well, it's not top shelf. Having a good time at my expense. You eat like a bird and drink like a fish. That liquid courage, it ain't your friend. find this one anywhere you stream music. I released it last summer. She was a good girl from Russell Springs. He was a heathen from Harlan County. Oh no. Her daddy said, you better leave that boy alone. A shotgun wedding and paper rings, promises that didn't mean nothing, just stay on home. While he's drinking with the girl next door. Get out while you can. You don't need a man like that. No turning back. Just run, Ruby, run. Run, Ruby, run. She played pretend in her Sunday clothes, buttoned up real nice so the bruises wouldn't show the low blows from the night before. There's just a few dollars stashed away. She could get the kids and leave this hell today, but what would the preacher say? Maybe get out while you can. You don't need a man like that. No turning back. Just run, Ruby, run. Run, Ruby, run. Ruby prayed to be saved from the devil of man. Sing quickly to the grave with a gun in his hand. Get out while you can. You don't need a man like that. No turning back. Just run, Ruby, run. Run, Ruby, run. Now you don't have to run. Ruby, run. Now you don't have to run. Ruby, run.
Hi, I'm Kelly,
And I'm Laurel,
and we are the 11 Sessions.
the soul behind the sound.
Today, we have Sammy Riggs. And Sammy, you opened the show with a beautiful song called Break the Cycle.
Yes.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
So, Break the Cycle is kind of self-explanatory. Just kind of a song that came to be from just reminiscing on childhood memories and spiraling from there about, overcoming your childhood trauma.
It's interesting how adulthood can give you that kind of perspective looking back on
Yeah.
things. Like you feel like your childhood was a particular way, and then you look at pictures and you're like, wait a minute. There's
You view them differently.
many things going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that,
It's funny, I feel as a writer, sometimes you don't know where this stuff's coming from. All of a sudden, you just have this
Yeah.
pressure or force telling you go grab pen and paper or turn on the recorder, you need to sit down and get this on paper. And things are coming out of you and you don't know where sometimes it's coming from. But often it's representing something going on in your life, something going on in society, or something that needs a story that needs to be told. And I do believe, I'm not religious either, but I'm, you're spiritual.
Yeah.
I believe that we're an instrument of something bigger than ourselves, and it's saying, go, my child, go do this, because what you have to say needs to be heard, which I think is so lovely, that you have this ability to get it on paper and then translate it in a way that so many people are connecting with. I think that's so lovely that you can do that.
It's so tough sometimes, though, because it's like, in writing that song, I'm like, damn, how am I going to go and sing this in front of people?
Yeah.
And I always feel like the first couple times that I take a song that's really vulnerable like that, it's so hard. Because I feel like everyone just sees right through me.
Right.
Like, but they really don't. No. Most of the time, and I've kind of learned this over time, they're seeing their own stories as you're singing that song. They're not even thinking about like, oh man, like, Sammy had a lot of childhood trauma.
Right.
They're not thinking that.
No.
It's landing.
Yes.
It's landing with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was always so scared of playing when I first came in here and played that. We're like, oh man, let's lighten the mood a little bit, And for a little while, I shied away from playing that song at shows because I felt like it was just so heavy.
Yeah.
But every single show I've played that song at, people have come up to me and they've told me like, man, I really connect with that song. It really spoke to me. And so I'm like, I have to play it.
Go ahead.
Did you play that at Crooner Circus several months ago? You were on stage with the gang. Because I feel like you did, and it made my family member that I was there with weep. Really? A grown man, it touched him deeply. And he's the one like, oh my gosh, you got to see this gal. She's right. Look at this. She's sending me links to the Bengals stuff. And I was like, yeah, I know her. He's like, oh my God. I go, come down to the show she's playing. He was so excited. And then you played that one, and he had tears in his eyes, and it landed with him in a very important way because, personal experiences with loved ones or friends or family. So you're right. They're not looking at you, seeing through you, saying, what have you been through?
Yeah.
They're saying, oh my God, I've been through something, and this is connecting with me.
Yeah.
And it's kind of universal because it's touching people. They see themselves in the song somehow. Yeah.
And I mean, ultimately, that's what I want in songwriting, is to connect with other people. And now I realize that the songs are sometimes bigger than you, and they do take on a life of their own. And that is cool to see. I never really thought that I would be able to write something that really connected that way,
So tell us about your songwriting process, like how everybody has their own way of doing it. Are you part of the whole challenge thing that Noah does?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I do think songwriting is a muscle. I do think you have to continuously do it, and the more you do it, the better and quicker you probably will write songs and pump them out, But I feel like every single song I approach differently. I probably do, for the most part, kind of hear the lyrics and the melody together when I'm doing, starting to write it. I think I kind of started doing that when I was a kid too, because I would just be like playing with dinosaurs or Barbies or whatever, and I remember just like making up a soundtrack for my movie that I'm playing, and then as I got older, it translated into like more serious stuff, but with the songwriting club, it's definitely pushed me.
And we should explain.
Elaborate.
Yeah, just so that for people who aren't like aware. Noah Smith, who's a local musician, he has a songwriter. He has a little group that you explain it.
Yeah. I think it's going on maybe 3 years now. And he just kind of put together a handful of people, maybe 10. It kind of has fluctuated a little bit, but basically the rules are you submit a song a week. You only get one pass a year, unless he says like, hey, it's 4th of July, no song this week. Like, but Noah calls the shots on everything. So if you get kicked out, then normally someone comes in and your place of you. So I've been doing it for 3 years. And honestly, when I first started it, I was so stressed. I'm like, there's no freaking way I'm going to write a song a week. But I feel like it really made me start to finish things, because we always think we have more time. I have more time to do that. Oh, this idea, I'll finish it next week. Next week comes, you don't finish the idea. Well, now you have a reason to finish a song. Good or bad.
I like goal lines. I like timelines.
Yes.
Give me this, and then I have the pressure to get it done by that time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I sort of just kind of do what I'm going to do.
Right.
Unless someone says, it's due on this date.
Yep.
Right. Deadline.
Yeah, I am deadline oriented.
Yeah. And I didn't realize that I needed that in my life. I think for a while I went through imposter syndrome of just, oh, well, I wrote a couple songs, but it was just an accident. I didn't really believe in myself as a writer. And then when I got into this group and I was kind of forced to, okay, Sammy, if you don't do this by Sunday at midnight, like, you're getting kicked out. And I don't
think you like failure either.
No, I don't like failure. I wouldn't consider myself a competitive person, but I really do not like feeling like I'm giving up.
Right. So it's for you personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's got to be a psychological term where you compete against yourself and nobody else.
That's called being a songwriter.
Yes. Yeah.
So do you wait until Sunday to do it? Like, is Sunday your day? Or do you think about it all week? Or what do you do?
So if I'm lucky, inspiration strikes earlier in the week, and then I just write a song. But like this week, I waited until Sunday and I didn't have a song written. And so...
Is this your bye week?
No, I've already used my pass. So like if I don't put in a song... Now, it doesn't mean it has to be a good song. I mean, the rules are verse, chorus, verse, chorus.
Okay.
So...
That takes a little pressure off.
It does, but I mean... You also are like, okay, I'm submitting this in, and everyone in the group is going to see this piece of crap if it's crap.
Do they comment on it? Like, if you submit it, are people commenting on what you submit?
We do sometimes. We always try to keep chit chat to a minimum, but we will sometimes comment on each other's songs, because sometimes Noah does throw out prompts. So I have a few songs I've written that would have never been written had it not been for a writing prompt.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's pretty cool.
It's like your murder ballad.
Oh, yeah. I wrote a murder ballad.
My murder ballad was a writing prompt, too.
Yeah. My prompt came from Laurel.
I love
She said, you got to channel all this shit you're going through, Kelly. And I was like, really? She goes, write a murder ballad. I went, okay. And then
I think women need to write more murder ballads. There's too many men.
channel all their frustration.
Yeah.
I need to balance it out a little bit.
Yeah. Not only that, I just love true crime. So,
Oh, same. Same.
I mean, why not write a song about it?
Exactly.
You could write a song about every single episode of Forensic Files.
Yes, you could.
if you really wanted to.
That's your writer's challenge.
Yes.
A Forensic Files song.
Yes.
Season X
Sorry.
episode. Yeah.
No more Bengals parodies. I'm only writing about Forensic Files.
I don't know.
My new era.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you collaborate a lot or at all with the gang that's in the writing club?
Honestly, I wish that I collaborated more. We can do co-writes. That kind of was a rule that was changed somewhat recently, but I need to co-write more.
But you co-write with Kim on a couple things, right?
Yeah, we recently did a co-write like a month or two ago.
Kim Sands, she's played that. She's played that for me when I've gone in for vocal lessons.
Yeah.
And it is staggeringly beautiful. I love the
you.
tune a great deal. So that's cool that you're collaborating with her.
Kim is one of the first people I ever really co-wrote with.
Really?
Yeah, we wrote a song together, which it's out there somewhere. I don't know if she's actually released it, but we kind of need to revisit it. But I think it's called Save You From Yourself. But we co-wrote that
A while ago.
over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
It is heavy.
yeah,
If I'm thinking of the same song.
yeah. It was kind
Got a
of,
breakup.
we both were kind of like going through breakups at the same time for really different reasons. And we got together one night and
I asked her to play it for me the other day at lesson. And she said, oh my gosh, I haven't played that in so long. I said, you need to play this song because it's so poignant and so dark and just, it leaves me speechless when she sings that too because of the piano
yeah,
and her vocals and the lyrics. It's just a really well-rounded piece.
yeah.
So I love what you guys have done with that song. She needs to play it out.
I need to release it on Spotify or something.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
It sounds like another
With
Universal song.
Yeah, with updated vocals though, because
It's been
Times,
10 years.
times they haven't changed.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the second song you played.
Oh, Over the Limit.
Yeah.
Tell
That
us
was
the
that one.
story.
So, Over the Limit, I just wrote like maybe 2-3 weeks ago, but a certain special someone at one of my shows drank a little too much, and I was so ticked off and inspired that I wrote a song called Over the Limit.
I love the line, you eat like a bird and drink like a fish.
that too. So the funny thing about that line is that I literally used my stepdad's words about my mom against them. He has always said that about my mom, that she eats like a bird and she drinks like a fish. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw this line in there. And they loved it though.
Well, everyone knows now who the song is about.
Yeah. So I don't know if
I love
it
you,
wasn't
Mom.
really my line on that one, but
That's great.
But yeah, I left that show and I was talking to my stepdaughter and I was like, okay, so I know that it's going to be over the limit, but I was like, I want to do something over and under. And then as soon as I said that out loud, I was like, oh my gosh, under my skin.
Yeah.
And then the line of the chorus came together. And then from there, it was like, okay, well, I know this is about my mom. So, like, you know, I've loved you since the day we met. Like, you birthed me. But anyone could, you know, it doesn't have to be about a mom. I've loved you since the day we met. But,
Right.
like, dude, I got to tell you, like, you're freaking drinking too much. and the song just came out. That was a quick write.
That's cute. It's a
Yeah.
good song, and it catches on because I found myself wanting to sing with you back here. I actually find myself wanting to sing with you whenever you play.
You can
because,
sing with me
Okay,
anytime.
thanks.
Please do.
So I have this question sort of burning in my mind because, you know, we talk about the patriarchy and
Yeah.
you know, the world as it is today. But I keep thinking there are so many songs written over decades and decades and decades. And I probably should have warned you that I was going to ask this question because I don't even know if I can answer this question for myself. Are there songs that you've heard that you grew up to, your parents played in the house, and you feel that they're still really relevant? The message is still strong and holds solid for today. It's still applicable in today's times.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the stuff that I grew up listening to, I mean, you know, Tom Petty was a big one that my mom listened to a lot. And, you know, one of my favorite songs to sing of his is Learning to Fly.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like that's a universal message too. And then, you know, I mean, Landslide is a timeless song. I think that was the first song I ever learned on guitar.
Yeah.
And
Everybody loves that song.
I played
no
it a
matter where
million
you are.
times.
It's a gorgeous.
Yeah,
It really is.
played it a million times and it still holds meaning.
Yeah. I agree with you on that one a great deal.
Yes, it's a classic.
Because sometimes I'll do a gig and not play that tune, but you know everybody loves it.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone inevitably comes up and says, hey, do you know? Oh, yeah, I'll play it for you.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody loves that tune. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I don't know if I can think of any other ones off the top of my head.
How did you get into music, playing guitar, singing?
So when I was in elementary school, my first instrument was violin, and learned very quickly I was not disciplined enough for the classical music world because I think every single lesson my teacher was like, well, my first teacher was at Slater Music Academy in Fort Thomas, and she would call me Sami.
What?
Yeah, she was a little Asian lady. She would call me Sami. And she was so sweet. I remember loving her. But then I switched to a different teacher when we lived in Peach Grove, Kentucky. It was just like a lady that was down the street she was classically trained, and I gave her hell, dude, because every single lesson I would come in and she'd be like, did you practice this week? I'm like, yes. I would lie. I would say, yes, I did. And then
They know.
and then as soon as I started trying to play Ode to Joy and it was not joyous,
Said you did not
she's
practice.
like, you did not practice, so eventually was like, Mom, I don't want to play violin anymore. I want to play guitar. I don't know what made me want to play guitar. I know I had a friend down the street from me that she may have been playing guitar before me. I don't know if that's why I wanted to play guitar.
Yeah.
And then I guess that's when I realized I could sing because my guitar teacher, she would play guitar for me and let me sing with her when I was in 5th or 6th grade.
That's very cool.
So my go-to song was Fancy.
So you've been playing a long time. Since,
Yeah.
Since grade school, you've been playing guitar?
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's why I feel like I should be like so much better than I am.
No, you play
I think that's the affliction of every musician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It always feels like it's insufficient.
Yeah.
There's always somebody that's an amazing guitar.
Better.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought guitar was one of the hardest instruments to learn.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have anything to compare it to but the violin.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to tune than the violin.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
we both came from flute. So
That's true.
It is very different from
It's very
a wind
different.
instrument. you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's still, I think it's so cool when people can play multiple, especially different styles of instruments. You're going from a wind instrument to a string instrument to like, if you could-
Percussive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they're all a different animal,
Right.
So, what is your goal venue to play at during your lifetime? Have you ever thought about that?
I mean, I feel like everyone's answer has to be Red Rocks, right?
Oh my
You'd be surprised,
gosh.
but
I
that's,
love that.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
amazing.
that would be epic.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna make that happen?
The goal is to just keep writing Bengals parodies until people realize that I actually write real songs about real things that aren't about the Bengals.
Yeah.
And then they're like, wow. And then I get discovered and they're like, Sammy, come play a show at the Red
Play-
Rocks.
come play
Right.
the Red Rocks.
Come to Colorado.
That's, yeah.
Listen, you got to get it. Bengals need to go to Colorado and play the Broncos.
Yeah.
And then they say, we want Sammy to come out and do a show at Red
Like the
Rocks.
last Broncos Bengals game, though.
True. Then that could be a murder ballad.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah. It was
I'm
it was a slaughter.
A person. It was okay.
It was
I assume it was bad.
Yeah, it wasn't. Okay, let's move on. We don't want to talk about it.
So you know
Well,
what I want to
silence.
hear about is the listening room. I want to hear about how that came
Listening,
about.
the Listening Factory.
Listening Factory.
Yes.
Sorry, Listening Factory. How that came about.
yes.
We recently went to one of your events and it was just amazing. For me, it just was like a very uplifting experience to see those young musicians just kind of sing their hearts out. And they were all so talented.
Yeah, they're writing.
Yes. For their age.
How do they know
like,
what they know?
I know.
They-
Teenagers.
I freaking know. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm about to go burn my notebook.
So how did that come about for you?
So Scott Skibeck, I met him through Downtown Listening Room. So he has been doing that for probably over a decade now, but he does pop-up shows with national acts and then pairs a regional artist with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like a private house concert. You have to request an invite. So he came to me with this idea of, hey, I want to do like a monthly series, kind of like, Noah's Crooner Circus. Our friend Mason does Unheard. And it's something that I'd kind of been wanting to do just because I want to give back to other artists too.
Yeah.
As much as I love playing, I mean, there's enough room at the table for all of us. And gosh, you can become so inspired by other people in the room. And so he told me that he had a connection at Factory 52, that they were going to give us the space to use, and that basically it would be your ticket is a suggested donation. So all the money goes back to the artist. And I was like, all right, this is going to be a lot of work because I'm providing the sound, but I kind of saw it as a challenge and a way for me to learn more as an artist and get to meet other artists. So being the crazy person that I am, I'm like, I'm going to do it.
Do you pick the musicians that come in?
So for the show you all went to, I did have a say in that. But the first few shows that we did, Scott kind of lined them up because honestly, it's a lot to book the artists and
Coordinate
coordinate
calendars.
everything.
Yes.
Like, so he's kind of taken on that piece of getting the acts and putting the show together. And he always asks me my opinion of things.
Which is really nice.
He does include me and what do you think about this? And so I very much feel like it's a partnership. It's not just whatever Scott wants. He sees this as like, hey, this is your thing too. So what do you want to do?
I love that he gives you some ownership in it. And the few that I've been to, he and his lovely wife are always there supporting. And I just think what a great environment.
Yeah. And they're just music lovers. They're not musicians.
Obvious. Oh,
Makes it even better.
Yeah. Like they literally just love music. And it is, I mean, yeah, I'm coming and I'm setting up all the equipment, but they're normally there before me, putting out all the signage for the shows, arranging the room. I mean, it is a true labor of love. And I mean, I'm just thankful for people like them in the world. And I'm like, you know what? I want to be a part of that too, because I want musicians to have a floor, like you have the floor. This is your time, but also walk away with money in their pocket.
Yes.
You're playing a meaningful show. You're playing your work.
Right.
People are paying to see you.
and they're
You don't have
getting
to fight over the sound of a bar,
Right.
people talking. It's quiet. You can just really show off what you have created.
Plus, they're getting the experience with the gear, being on stage, kind of managing the room, telling the stories. That is such invaluable time for them, in my opinion, because there's a lot of musicians that go out and they book a gig and they don't necessarily know how to speak to the audience or tell a story. And you sort of cultivate that over time just through, just sheer muscle, will, and grit to get it done. But I think the listening factory that you're doing is setting them up to experience something in such a safe environment to know how to manage a crowd, how to, like one of the musicians didn't realize the battery was dead on their guitar. And you did a great job of sort of managing the situation, and they learned something that evening. But she recovered very beautifully and I was inspired by the time that show was over. Sort of gobsmacked. My chin was on the floor. I thought I need to just go home and work harder.
It makes you want to go home and write.
Yes, I need to go home and write better stuff.
And that was kind of my idea behind this last show. I'm like, man, okay. Because a lot of writers around town, like there are names that are familiar. And like, don't get me wrong, like, yeah, I love seeing my friends play. But where are the up and coming people?
Yeah, where's the new blood?
Where's the new blood? Because
Yeah.
they're the next generation, and that's where the day that I wrote with Kim, I kind of brought up, like, I think it'd be really cool to do a show where, like, hey, I'll collaborate with your studio, and then I knew Kayleen may be interested too.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you have some strong songwriters that you think could be put on a show? And so Kim told me about Abigail, and then Kayleen told me about Dixie. And then I knew Camden. I had met Camden through the writing camp we did with Crooner Circus. And I knew she could hold her own. And she was like, her writing is just crazy good.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's put these girls on a show and like show people what they got.
It was so good. And they were so different and unique in their style, but vocally just they blew my mind. Songwriting blew my mind. They were amazing.
Yeah, it was very impressive. It's
Abigail's song Wallflower just gets me right here every time I hear her play it. It's so beautiful.
The only thing that I'm mad about is that I can't listen to them anywhere. We got to get these girls recorded.
I agree.
Because I'm like, I walked away from that show like, man, I wish I could go back and listen to these songs somewhere because I just really enjoyed.
so you don't record it during
So,
event,
no, we don't have recording, but I just mean, like, I don't think that they have anything on, like, Spotify, streaming, things like that.
Yeah.
So, but
And they
they'll
definitely
get there.
should.
it's
They'll get
time.
there.
It's time. They're ready to start putting stuff out there for sure.
But I have thought about it. I'm like, maybe I should live stream this or something, you know, but
When are you going back into a studio and recording more stuff?
so I feel like I was thinking about that today on the way here, on the way to work. I have so many songs that I've written now that I feel like I probably could do an album, and I've not done a true album before.
Yeah.
I need to get back in the studio. It's just a matter of time and money and who I'm going to get back in the studio with.
Yeah.
Because I loved working with Noah on my last EP and on Black Sheep, but he's been pretty busy. So I don't know if he can take me on again. If he can, I would love to, you know.
I'd be interested in knowing what advice you could offer up for people that are thinking about recording. And you've worked with a few different producers like Brian Lovely, Noah Smith. How do you find someone that can do the production work where you really jive and they get you and they translate what you're really trying to accomplish in a meaningful way on the final product versus adjusting it so much because of their experience and losing the magic of what you're trying to create, or they're amplifying or get you completely and they're creating something that is exactly what you wanted to do? How do you pick the right studio to go into?
I think it's a really tough question because when I met Brian through Kim, and I was just really young. I didn't really know she wanted to record our song, and she knew Brian was, had a studio. So, I mean, I feel like I kind of lucked out in that aspect of, holy crap, like this high caliber guitarist, multi-instrumentalist, and he really has a knack for producing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was spoiled in that fact of like, I didn't realize how good I had it working with Brian.
Right.
But at the same time, when I was in the studio with him, I feel like I didn't really know who I was as an artist. So Brian could give direction on a song, and I was just like, okay, like, let's do that. I love our songs, but now I feel like I'm leaning in another direction because as an older woman, I'm like, I feel I kind of see my pathway more clear than back then. I thought I just wanted to be in a rock band like Paramore,
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of like, maybe I can kind of be that, but I'm really more folk kind of country with some of that flair, but it's not full-blown rock pop.
Yep.
So, enter Noah, and he kind of just asked me, for Black Sheep and really the other songs too, like, are there any artists that you kind of feel like this song would kind of sound like them, kind of have a vibe?
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like that was a really good question to ask, because that doesn't mean you're going to sound exactly like them. Maybe you like the guitar tone in their song, or, oh, I kind of hear this harmonica, or I hear an organ, or I think the big thing going into a studio is you kind of have to know what you want. Do you want direction, or do you want it to be what you want? If they're a good producer, they're going to be cool with either way.
Yeah.
And they're going to help you make it the best that it can be, regardless of if they really have much say or not. Because when I went in with Noah, I was like, this is what I want. I don't want to change any lyrics. This is how I hear the song. And he was like, okay. And we're
That's
going to
cool.
do it.
That's perfect. Well, he knows you well, so he can.
Yeah. So I felt heard.
Mm-hmm.
But also I knew more of what I wanted
Yeah.
now.
Do you think it's valuable as a musician, kind of embarking on the whole prospect of recording, sit down and have a conversation with multiple producers, one producer, just be really crisp on what you want to get out of it? How do you set them up for success when they're walking into a studio?
I mean, I think it's kind of like getting a second opinion at a doctor's office. You probably should. You should probably check out your options
Yeah.
and see who you get a good vibe with.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I would hate for somebody to go and record for the first time and have a terrible experience, and then it just like turn them off to wanting to
Yeah.
put music out.
Yeah.
I'm sure it happens.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think, and that was one thing that I kind of got caught up in for a while, was like, I had only known recording with Brian, and it was all I really knew. And I was worried about using someone else because, well, one, I was like, I don't want to take Brian off.
Right.
And then part of me was also scared, like, going into the unknown. But you got to try stuff to figure it out. There's no way you're going to know without going another avenue. And maybe you find a process you like better, or a studio you like better, or maybe you decide, well, you know what Brian and I had was good. Let's go back to that.
Right.
And there's no right answer. Like, you don't have to use the same person every time you do a project. Like, it's a business.
It is a business, and there
Yeah.
are other producers. There are several that I know of around town.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Think about bigger artists. I mean, Taylor Swift didn't use the same exact person every single album that was produced.
No, she was looking for a different vibe.
So, I mean, you have to, even as just a local, little guy, like, you can think about that same stuff too, just like a bigger artist would.
Yeah. It's funny, when we were talking to Mason, he was commenting about something similar, which is just because you're a local, small, independent kind of, doesn't mean you can't go try this out and just figure it out. And he was talking about writing. He said, oh, you mean I can write, even though I thought only the professionals were allowed to write music? And
When
Yeah.
I first started,
yeah, so
Right.
it's sort of a
Yeah.
similar vein. Just go do it. Just go do it
Yeah.
and figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be my advice. Vet your people, figure it out, talk to other musicians. I mean, I am a friggin' open book. Like, I will never be a gatekeeper. Not that I have that much to gatekeep, but I'm just not. If someone comes and asks me a genuine question or needs help on something, I'm not going to shut the door in their face. Like, I will try to help them, even if I don't have that much to give. I don't want everyone to learn by trial and error. Like, why?
Yeah. This doesn't seem like much of a gatekeeping town. It seems like there are a lot of people that want to help other musicians out.
Yeah. And that's how it should be, because,
Yeah.
I mean, we all have similar goals. And, like, if we're all winning, if one of us is winning, all of us is winning, like, we can all get somewhere together. It doesn't have to be this competitive nature. I think there's a time and a place for that. But, I mean, art is subjective. You can't say this song is better than this song for this reason. I mean,
Right.
we're all out here just doing it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Have you ever rewritten one of your songs because you wrote it and you thought, oh, that is so amateur, I need to not play it, and then come back to visit, and it lands differently, life has happened, you've got stuff under the bridge, and you're like, I'm going to rewrite this now because I've experienced more life, and now rewrite it in a way where I'm proud to play this out?
I haven't really dabbled in that too much, just because I guess when I feel like a song is done, it's done.
Uh-huh.
But also, I have a lot more life to live, so who knows? Maybe I could eventually go back and revisit a song. I don't know.
Are you the kind of person that do you play songs that you wrote 10 years ago on the regular, or do you, when you're playing out live, do you like reach back and play things from a while ago and recycle those and play them again, or do you kind of stick with what you've most recently written?
I still play stuff, like some of the stuff Brian and I have written together when we grow up. That was a co-write with him. Moonflowers was a co-write. I mean, those are all pretty much over 10 years old now.
Mhm.
I still play those regularly. There are songs that I've written before that I probably just don't really think they're that great. I don't feel like I really honed in on the songwriting until almost 30. Now that I feel like now it took me a long time to see myself as an artist, as a writer.
Yeah.
I think you have to have a sense of yourself.
Yeah.
I think it helps at whatever age that happens.
Yeah.
Not that it has to happen at a certain age, but
Right.
I feel like once you kind of have a sense of who you are, it kind of helps with the songwriting.
Yeah. I think everyone has their own timeline on that. But for me, I just think when I was in my 20s, I had ideas, I was writing songs, but again, imposter syndrome, whatever you want to call it, I kind of feel like I was just throwing stuff out, trying to see if it would stick. But I didn't really know who I was. Like, I knew all these artists that I really loved and I wanted to emulate, but I didn't know who Sammy was. Like, who is she? What does she want to say? I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
And you finally you feel like you found your voice and you know who you are now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think is powerful, because I think this is the utmost respect. You're young and you have so much life to live, and you're bringing so much to the table, and to figure out who you are at this point in your life there's people still much older than us still trying to figure out.
See, I feel like I'll look back when I'm 45. I'm going to look back and say, okay, Sammy, you're dumb. Like, you didn't really know who you were then.
Well, you
either, 'cause
totally
you're
will.
always
You totally
growing.
will. You're like, oh my God, what were you
Yeah.
thinking?
You're always growing and changing. But I definitely think when, I don't know, it's just like stupid crap that society tells you or you just believe to be
Yeah.
true. Like, I remember in my 20s, like, oh, well, I have to stay in a lane. Either I'm going to be a country artist and I'm going to write serious songs, then I can't write funny songs. And then I just got to a point where I'm just like, this is freaking dumb. It doesn't matter what I write, it's still me. So even with like the Bengals parodies, like, that is me. Like, I'm silly and I like to be funny, and I can do that, but I also can write about things that are serious.
Yeah.
I don't have to be one thing. And I think that's what I worried about for so long.
Right.
You gave yourself permission to be yourself,
Yeah.
be who you are.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
It is fabulous, because I find that even today I still, I think we all do. I'm looking at Darcy and Laurel, we have these really deep conversations about, hi Darcini, about, just giving yourself permission to be who you are. And
Yeah.
It could be life-changing.
Yeah, it is life
Yourself.
changing.
When you figure that out for yourself, it can kind of flip the switch,
Yeah.
change things, and it can give you some momentum,
Okay, Run Ruby. Run.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Thank you.
Is that about your grandmother?
Mm-hmm.
You want to share a little about?
Sure.
Is she still around?
No, she is not. She passed away when I was really little from colon cancer.
Sorry to hear.
So she unfortunately had a very hard life and, passed away pretty young. But I mean, that story wasn't really my story to tell,
Yeah.
but growing up, I mean, I knew a lot of the pieces that I put together. They're things that my mother told me,
Yeah.
So obviously there was abuse in the family. A lot of the family really didn't even know about it until maybe not even now.
Until they heard your song? Started
Yeah.
asking questions?
My mom did. I think she was a little worried for a little bit that, she was gonna, I was gonna put this out in the world and maybe her father's family were gonna hear it and just be pissed because they did not see him in that light.
Right.
But it is true. It's all true.
Yeah.
I mean, they got married really young. And some of this I found out after I wrote it because I mean, it's so deeply personal that a lot of times, especially with that song, I had to share it with my mom before I could feel okay playing it anywhere. So I played it for her, and of course she fact checked me on a couple things because at first I had written the line, "She was a good girl from Russell Springs. He was a heathen from Cincinnati," because I knew that they met in Cincinnati because they actually met when they both worked at a mental institution.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
And my mom told me that after the fact of me writing the song. I didn't know that is how they met. And my mom was like, well, he should have been in a mental institution. So they meet, they marry, and they have, gosh, I'm trying to remember the order of siblings. My mom had two twin sisters, an older brother, and then eventually she had a younger brother, but she's kind of in the middle there. And so I knew growing up that she would have to hide money in a butter jar to keep him from going out and drinking with it, and that there were nights they spent in the woods where he literally would shoot holes in the walls.
Oh my God.
I mean, very, very dark.
Right.
So, and from my perspective, the words in the song really do kind of follow the beginning and the end. He did take his life. That is how he died. Oh, wow. So the song itself is a true story from my eyes of hearing all of this passed down through my mother. And it is a very dark song, but I do think it is inspirational because, I mean,
She made it out.
she made it out.
Yeah.
All of them made it out. Obviously not unscathed, but again, breaking the cycle.
Right. Yeah.
These are
Right.
things that I wasn't I still learned things from my mom's childhood.
Yeah.
And knowing what she went through, and she's just such a strong person, and I mean, it is an ode to Ruby.
Yeah. It's a beautiful tune, even though the subject matter is tragic. It is a beautiful tune.
And there are many families that have that in their, in their histories or currently. And so
Yeah.
it's another kind of song that really is like a mirror for a lot of people.
Right.
Because there's all those elements, abuse and suicide and all of those
Yeah.
things.
I respect that you played it for her first to let her hear it.
Oh gosh, there was no way I was gonna be able to sing that in front of her without her hearing it first.
I think that speaks volumes of you, Sammy, that you wouldn't disclose that unless you sort of ran it past her and she said, yes, you can play this out. And I often think about other musicians, if they do that, or if they just, I'm going to play it anyway. And if they're confronted in a gig by someone that the song is about. And because I've written songs about people and situations in my life, and I hate when you play that out loud. I just won't play it when you're around then because it's a great song.
Yeah. I know sometimes my mom, like with Break the Cycle, she has like gotten down on herself because she's like, I feel bad that, you know, you wrote that song because I was, you know, I stayed in a relationship I shouldn't have stayed in. And I'm like, you don't need to feel sorry because you knew what you knew at the time, and I'm fine. Like, I'm a grown woman, like, everybody has their things to work through. And like,
Right.
I mean, obviously coming from what she came from.
Yeah.
I mean,
What a strong woman to be able to raise children and not have them in that cycle
Yeah.
that Ruby was in.
Yeah. Like, my mom and dad didn't get along, but all of that was not happening in our, you know, in our house. But I think for me too, like in writing Run Ruby Run, like the duality with religion and like staying, because like that was a big reason why she stayed.
Yeah.
Was because of, well, if you get a divorce, you're going to hell.
Yeah.
And it's like, but in the song, you know, I kind of made up that little part, like, well, what would the preacher say?
Yes.
Well, maybe he would say, get out while you can.
Yeah.
Because you don't deserve to live this way.
Right.
But, so, you know, that was a little embellished, but
Don't you find writing cathartic, like your own personal therapy?
yes.
Yes.
And that was definitely a song that I felt it was like, you feel channeled when you write it. Like, did I really write that song or did something else write it through me? Because
Yeah.
I mean, I remember writing it, but like, I don't remember writing every single line, and but it flew on the page. That song did, for sure.
Yeah.
When you learn stories about your family that, you know, when you're little, you don't know all the things. And then as you get older and you learn the truth about certain family members and things that happened, it alters things, and you have to synthesize it some way. Songwriting as a way of like just kind of understanding what happened, you know? So,
Yeah.
Yeah. There are songs, I imagine you're like this because I feel like you're a very emotionally connected human being. I get this about you.
Wish that I wasn't so
It's a curse and a blessing, I think.
Yeah.
yeah.
But when you're out doing a show and you play a song and then all of a sudden you can't get through it because whatever's going on in your life that day, that song is really landing squarely in the center of all your feelings.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in one of those scenarios where you just like, I can't finish it, and you just quickly change up and go to another song? And
So I haven't had that happen in particular. I mean, there have definitely been times where like I'll feel the emotions coming on, like when I played it earlier. Sometimes you kind of have to disconnect a little bit and just get through it and not really, you know, serve the song and try not to become emotional. But I played Matt Waters' Muse a few months ago, and I was just like having a bad day. And it wasn't I think I probably did get a little emotional during playing my songs, but one of them I played was called, well, I call it Shannon's Song now, but I wrote it about my friend Shannon, who like for a while I didn't really know if she was alive or not.
wow.
So I did get emotional on that one. But like I was just having a bad day, and I really feel like I just did not perform them well. And this lady came up to me after the show, and she was actually there to see another artist. And like, she's from Florida, literally, like passing through. Her and her husband are traveling. Like, I would have never met her had I not been on this round. And so she came up to me and she was like, I just want you to know that like every single song you played tonight was something I needed to hear.
Oh,
See?
that is the gift.
And we just lost it and started crying and just hugged each other.
That's amazing.
And I told her, I was like, I really just felt like I did so horrible tonight and I did not serve these songs well. And she's like, you did, because I needed to hear them. And it just,
And they felt it.
Yeah.
That's like going to church.
yes, it really made everything worth it that night to hear that from her,
Yeah.
for sure.
It'll propel you forward for sure. There's always going to be somebody.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you've got a very busy schedule, lady.
That's what I was going to ask. What have you got coming up in these next few weeks, month?
So, I'm playing at Augusta, Kentucky Riverfest this Saturday. And then Michael Mueller reached out to me about playing. There's a new writer series at Shoreline Social they're doing on Sundays. So I'm playing there this Sunday. Kellogg Avenue.
Okay.
So that's a new writers round that's popped up. I'm kind of confused on who hosts that because I thought it was Matt.
And it's not?
I feel like it is Matt, but maybe Michael is helping him out on this date
Okay.
because it's myself, Michael, and Betsy Smith playing it. And then after that, I'll be at FC Cincinnati next week playing before
and
the
post.
pre and post game.
That's so cool.
Wow.
Have you written any parodies about FC Cincinnati yet?
I'm not a soccer fan. I'm trying not to make that known because I don't want them to like fire me
All right.
from FC Cincinnati.
That out. Fred.
No, it's fine. I like football, but like
American football.
American. And then
I will say all this stuff with the World Cup has been so uplifting.
It really has. It's
My
been
soul
so
has
fun.
felt so good watching the other countries share their love about the United States in a way that
I have heard some of it. I haven't followed it too closely. I did hear about like the ranch thing that they
they're
just
so
dressing.
they're
love
buying the
ranch
big
dressing.
dressing. They're drinking it.
I did hear about that. And then at my show last week, I played Country Roads and they were like, oh my gosh, they've been playing this, you know.
Yes.
And I didn't even know that until the show I played last week because I just don't keep up with sports other than the Bengals. So,
People love John Denver.
yeah, they friggin' do love John Denver.
He's got a whole host of new fans. Anyway,
Yeah.
back to the
Yeah.
shows.
But, I mean, all of my shows, you can find them at sammyriggs.com. I post them on Facebook and Instagram and all of that. So I try to keep all that up to date as much as I can.
So that's great. So the Listening Factory is on what day every month?
So it's not always on the same day, but it's normally towards like the beginning of the month.
Okay.
So I believe our next one is August 10th.
Okay.
Do not quote me on that.
We'll link your site so
Please
they can see
do.
your actual dates
Okay.
and what's going on.
SammyRiggs.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and that one's going to be, I'm trying to remember, Mike Oberst
Oh, wow.
and Jake Speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
So,
Good show.
yeah. So we got them. They're going to be each just performing solo, and I might play a couple to start the show. But
Mhm.
yeah.
Fantastic.
Do you miss not being able to play when you're running the show? Or do you enjoy the break?
Honestly, I've never really ran sound before, so running sound is so stressful that I kind of don't even think about it. I'm like, another thing to do.
So we'll link everybody to your site, sammyriggs.com.
Yes.
And we're so grateful that
Thank
came
you
in
so
today.
much.
Thank you.
It's been
It's been lovely.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Sammy.